Hola, welcome to Español from Zero, a podcast for people who are just starting the amazing journey that is learning Spanish. My name is Mar, and as a teacher who works with absolute beginners, I was frustrated about not being able to find any podcasts that focused on the basics, which is why I decided to create this series of really short and easy episodes for total beginners. Because even if you started learning Spanish just a few weeks ago, it's never too early to start working on your listening skills. So I really hope you find this useful. But please reach out if you have any questions or if you want to have a lesson with me. Okay, that is all for the intro. Let's get to the Español. Today's practice is focused on two really useful and important questions, probably some of the first phrases that we should know when learning a new language. And so these are the questions that are going to help you in situations where either A, you want to use a word, but you don't know it in Spanish, or B, the opposite, you encounter a word in Spanish, but you don't know what it means. So let's look at the first scenario where we want to say something, but we don't know how. So in that case, we would ask, how do you say something something in Spanish? So for example, let's say class. That's the word that you want to use. So the question is, how do you say class in Spanish, right? And that would be, ¿cómo se dice class? ¿Cómo se dice class? And if you want, you can add at the end, en español. En español. So the whole thing will be, ¿cómo se dice class en español? ¿Cómo se dice class en español? Now, let's go back to the second and opposite scenario where we encounter a word that we don't know. So let's say, I don't know, you're reading something and you see the word clase. Clase. And if you guessed that it means class, then you're right. But again, let's imagine we're seeing it for the first time and we might want to ask, what is clase? Like, what is that? What does that mean? Okay? And so that would be, ¿qué es clase? ¿Qué es clase? So again, that's what is clase? What is that word? Okay? So to recap, if we want to know how to say something, we ask, ¿cómo se dice class en español? ¿Cómo se dice class en español? And if you want to know what something means, we ask, ¿qué es clase? ¿Qué es clase? Now, in today's exercise, I'm gonna ask similar questions for you to answer, but you'll see that the words that I'm asking about are really easy. So you'll probably know the answers to all of them. Okay, let's give it a try. ¿Qué es hola? ¿Cómo se dice thank you en español? ¿Qué es lo siento? ¿Cómo se dice hi en español? ¿Qué es gracias? ¿Cómo se dice sorry en español? ¿Qué es por favor? ¿Cómo se dice I don't know en español? ¿Qué es de nada? ¿Cómo se dice please en español? ¿Qué es no sé? ¿Cómo se dice you're welcome en español? And finally, let me leave you with this question. ¿Cómo se dice clase en inglés? ¿Cómo se dice clase en inglés? All right. In the show notes, you'll find a transcription and a link to the answers if you want to know how you did. I hope you find it useful. I hope it wasn't too hard for you. But again, if you have any questions, just let me know. And that is all for today. Thank you for listening. Adios.